My video for July the 18th, 2019 is video number 3150. The title is Petrochemicals and the Cabal's Legal System. I had planned to make a video on this topic 2 days ago. However, after the meetup discussion and my emotional reaction, I put it off a day. The petrochemical industry is all about profit, their own. So many of these companies seem to have an agenda that is at war with humanity. To me, they are demonic. We often refer to them as simply the cabal. They operate as multinational corporations, which in and of themselves should be outlawed because they exempt themselves from accountability. Yes, I'm talking about those who sit at the top of these organizations. They have created laws that make them legally untouchable. The entire legal system is created to protect these scoundrels. Oil, some say, is Earth's lubricant as tectonic plates interact. I agree with that. I'm not saying there are no legitimate uses, but most of the byproducts, including gasoline, are unnecessary. We have alternatives. Unfortunately, they are suppressed for monetary reasons. Profit is not the most vital consideration. Human survival is. Yeah, I'm still in a little bit of a state of emotional angst, I guess you might call it. And I'm also wondering, because sometimes people like my videos a minute after I have it posted. I mean, it's like they're sitting there waiting and I post it and they put like. And they don't even have time to read the blurb in most cases, let alone watch the video. I'm curious about that. So I'm saying that at the beginning of this video, but this subject of petrochemicals and the cabal's legal system has been a major part of my focus for a long time because I try to make myself healthy. I try to avoid as best I can some of the things that I know are poisonous to me. That's why I try to make my diet so that it's as alkaline as possible, and I alkalinize my water and drink pure water. I won't drink tap water. I wish I could bathe in reverse osmosis water, but that's not an option. I'm on city water and I don't have any other options where I live. And I certainly don't have the funding, although I do have a gentleman that has offered to help me a little bit financially. And I'm certainly appreciative of that, but I'm not one that goes out and tries to put a price tag on what I do. I do this as a public service, and I've been doing it for a long time. As I said, this is my 3150th video. That's a lot of days to be putting up a daily video and trying to wake people up to the situation that we face. Again, folks, the cabal do not seem to have human empathy. They, like, I use Hillary as an example. We came, they died. What difference does it make? I believe that's a Hillary quote. And some people voted for her because she's a Democrat. And she's a woman. Is she? Well, I don't argue that she's a Democrat. She appears to be a woman. But there's a whole bunch of other baggage that surround her that make me scratch my head and wonder what kind of God we have that not only allows people like her, and many people like her, into positions of power and authority, but allows them to run roughshod over human rights. You know, the whole system is insane. I mean, the UCC, the Uniform Commercial Code, I used to write, and I still do. I write UCC 1-308. That used to be the thing that exonerates humans from corporatization, from the from incorporating us, in other words. But now there's another UCC code that people want to use because they keep changing the legal system to close one loophole, but I guess they're required to open a new loopholes. But you've got to stay on top of it continuously to know which is the latest loophole that they've allowed in to free us. But how do we get free from all of the stuff that's in our food and all of the pollution? And it's not just petrochemicals, that they're spraying toxins in the air even. And of course, the stuff that they put, the fluoride that they put in water. Fluoride is a waste product, folks. It's a waste product. They started adding it to water so that they could make money off of a product that had no viable use. And so they lied to us, and they continue to lie to us. And somebody actually on my, not the last video, but the one before, someone actually made, how many comments? 6 comments or something like that in a row, saying that Monsanto was a good company and that nobody ever died from any of the Monsanto stuff. Total disinformation. Total disinformation. Is this person? I don't know who the person is. Are they part of the cabal? Are they part of Monsanto? What is their game that they're playing, trying to stop people from informing others about the problems that we face as humanity, the problems that are created by those whose motive rather is profit. They want to make money off of our pain and suffering. The legal profession is that way. The medical profession is that way. And of course, all the government agencies are that way. They are not even lawful agencies. They are they are corporatized. And anything that's corporatized is a legal fiction, folks. And the United States of America is a corporation. And the Federal Reserve, of course, is a parent corporation that's connected to the International Banking Alliance. And it's all fraud. It's all something that robs you and I as human beings of our natural rights and brainwashes us to think that truth is somewhere other than the truth, that we are simply here, that we are human, and that we have human rights and human values are important, but not to the people that have an agenda to profit at our expense. And so many people of color especially, and of other nationalities are in prisons. And, you know, it's just insane. It boggles my mind to think that a loving God would allow this to go on, but not just for a little while, but for eons. I know you've heard me say that before, but it so saddens me to think that we're expected to love everybody, even our enemies. And I think that that's true. But what about our enemies that don't ever repent and don't ever come clean and don't ever tell the truth and don't ever show any mercy or compassion? What about them? How do we do that? That's a challenge for me. And I'd like to see Earth cleaned up. I do believe we have the technology to clean it up, but that's not profitable again. And everything in the legal system and in the cabal system is about profit. It's about control. It's about maintaining their dominance and our slavery. And who are we? We are human beings with natural rights. Thank you for listening. Namaste.